What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, in this series we are going to we finish up with the animator controller and then add some make our environment look more alluring. So let's dive right in. Okay, this is where we stopped last time. We created a transition from the jump to the running animation. So let's go ahead and create a boolean. Let's call it grounded. So our animator is going to go from the jump animation to the running animation if make sure to untick has exit time, if grounded is true. Now let's go to the magic in our code. Now go to your scripts, your character, motor scripts. Okay, right here where you say boo is grounded equals is grounded, we set our animation to set boo grounded. And we'll set it to true. Okay, it has to be this thing here, the same format, capitalization, it has to be the same here. Okay, now where if you are grounded, before you start sliding here, okay, it's already there, so that makes things easier. And then if I remember very well, we use the capital letter J. Yeah, so we're going to also use a capital letter J to trigger our jump controller. That's it. Now what we have to do now is to go and write the code for our start sliding and our stop sliding. So, and in the last episode we already created the function method, but we didn't write anything there. So now when you say start sliding, you say animation the set boo now you say okay, you have to make sure that it's still the same capitalization here, otherwise you're gonna be thrown into errors. Okay, set it to true, and that's it. That's the magic there. Okay, now you're gonna do getting the height of our controller. So you do controller dot center is equals to vector 3 control dot center dot x control dot center dot y. Now y-axis, okay, let us compile. Let's wait for it to compile. Okay, now like I made mention earlier, here is your y-axis, here is your x-axis, and then moving forward is your z-axis. So we need to reduce this collider by the y-axis. So what we're going to do, um let's say divided by 2. I don't know, can we do that? Sure, we can do that. Now the z-axis, of course you have guessed it by now, still remain the same. We are not touching anything there, right there. Okay, so you just leave it the way you're only dividing we're interested in the y-axis, which of course we have gotten. Now when you start sliding, you need to set everything back to normal. So I'm gonna copy this to save us time. Now here sliding is set to false. Okay, and right here, of course you guessed it right, you multiply by 2. That's it, you multiply by 2. Oh, also I forgot something, the height too. Sorry, the height, we should also divide the height by 2. So that also multiplied by 2 here, right here. Sorry, what I meant by the height is this, and the center, of course, is this, the center, moving this. So we are moving, this is the center that we moved, we divided by 2, and also divided the height by 2, which is 1, so making everything nice and okay. So we have a, what do you say? Oh, sorry, I forgot the new vector tree. That should do the trick. Sorry about that. So that's it. Now let's test out what we have done so far. Okay, you see, oh, you see we are jumping. Wow, but I think my jump force is a little bit too much there, and we are sliding. So I think everything is cool. Now before we jump into our environment, I think let's work on our camera, so that our camera follows our player as it moves along the z-axis. So we're going to create a script. New switch up script. Let's call it camera motor. Yeah, you can call it whatever you want, but let me just call it camera motor. So open it up in your Visual Studio. Now I have this. We have a transform of target. You can make this public, but let's make it private, so that it's also going to be easier for us once we get to advance in this tutorial. Now we have your public vector tree. Let's give it I'm going to give it 0, 5.0 F. This is what I'm trying to do here. giving it this vector. So I think 5 minus 10 should do. Yeah. Now, to move our camera, we use delete updates so that the camera will move after our character has moved, so it's not going to look a little bit buggy and jiggish. Now you say vector 3 desired position equals to target dot position plus offset. Now say desired position dot s, we have to lock it so it don't move on the s axis. We don't actually need it. Transform dot position is equals to, we say vector 3 dot let's make it lap along as it moves. So for a smooth movement of the camera, transform the position desired position, and then of course by time dot delta time. Now of course in the start method, we're going to be doing two things. One, which will be we'll say target equals to game object dot find game tag. Now tag is gonna be player. Now why I'm doing this is I would have made this public and then drag and drop in the inspector, but when we progress, when we start adding new characters, selecting new characters, now you're not gonna be dragging and be dropping the players there. So now, but of course you only have one character in your scene, so the camera automatically finds the player with the game object with the tag player. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. Now you see transform dot position is equals to target dot position plus offset. Okay. What do you say right there? Okay, I really messed something up. What did I do? Where did I mess up? Where did I mess up? Oh, public vector 3 offset. I do this all the time. I do this all the time. Okay. What did I do? That ratio again. I thought I did put equals to there. So there shouldn't be any errors now. So in our camera, let's drag and drop the script to our camera motor. Okay. Now let's tag our player as player. You see it here, it really has that, so make sure you tag it so for it to work. Now let's move play. Now we should be able to see our camera follow our player. You can see it now. Let me go here so you see it a little bit. You see the camera is moving, following the player with uniform speed, because we are moving with time at the time. Okay, mission accomplished. Now let's go and populate our environment. I already have some fine model for this game. We are not going to focus too much on nice design, but you, as you are designing your game, you should take your time in making the environment look good and wow. I'm not gonna spend much time there on that, doing that. So let's go right into it. I'm probably gonna speed up this process. So okay, I'm done. This is our environment right here. Not really so good, but it will do for the meantime. You can go ahead and customize your own environment as much as you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this environment. Okay. That should be 150, 150, 180, 180. I think that's 180. The length of our tie is 180. So we're going to add another 180 again. think that should be 280. Let's call this type 3. Then this is 380. Let's call this type 4. Now let's move our player along this. Let's increase the speed of our player to, let's say, 5. Now let's wash it. Okay, you can see our player running. I think we need to increase the height of our character controller here. Let's say 2.5. Okay, let's go again. Okay, you can see that our player is now running very smoothly. You can increase the speed as you want. Okay, but we're not going to leave our environment like this. We need to make our environment spawn. There are many different ways to do this. So but first of all, okay, I hope by now you already have the environment set. Also make sure you use just like I use hills here to cover up the outside environment, so that when the player is playing your game, he doesn't get to see the outside. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to take a break here for now.